Welcome to our old Charles. Today we are going to take an in-depth look at the Australian 20-cent coin from 1976 and its value. If you are a coin collector or just curious about old coins, this is a video you will not want to miss. The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 to replace the florin, and it features the well-known platypus design on the reverse side, a design by Stuart Devlin. The obverse side carries the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II. At the time, coins from 1976 carry the second portrait of the Queen, which shows her facing right wearing a tiara. The 1976 20-cent coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a nice weight and a solid feel in the hand. It has a diameter of 28.52 millimeters and weighs 11.3 grams. The reeded edge adds to its distinctiveness and makes it recognizable even to casual collectors. Now, when it comes to value, most people want to know what these coins are worth in today's market, and it is important to note that the value depends largely on condition. Coins in circulated condition with visible wear are worth roughly a few dollars, usually between 2 to 5 Australian dollars, but coins in uncirculated condition or mint state can fetch a higher price, sometimes reaching 20 to 30 Australian dollars depending on the buyer and the rarity of the coin. Rarity can also play a role. Even though 1976 20-cent coins were minted in large quantities, some specific variations or coins with exceptional strike quality can be more sought after. Some collectors also look for coins with original luster or coins that have not been cleaned, because cleaning can reduce the value significantly. Another thing to consider is historical context. The 1976 20-cent coin comes from a period of economic change in Australia during the mid-70s, when inflation was starting to rise and the country was transitioning in many ways. This gives the coin a sense of history and nostalgia for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. If you are thinking about buying a 1976 20-cent coin for your collection, it is always best to check with reputable dealers or auction results to get an accurate market value, and you should also be careful when buying online to make sure the coin is genuine, because fakes do exist and the metal composition is important to verify the authenticity. For those interested in grading coins, the 1976 20-cent coin can be graded on a scale from poor to mint state. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is considered. Collectors often look for coins that show no signs of wear, with strong details on the platypus and clear features on the Queen's portrait. Finally, storing and handling your coin properly can preserve its value. Keep it in a dry environment, avoid touching the surface directly, and consider using holders or capsules specifically designed for coins. This prevents oxidation and preserves the luster over the years. In conclusion, the 1976 Australian 20-cent coin is not only a piece of currency but also a collectible item with both historical significance and potential value for collectors, depending on condition and rarity. If you happen to own one, it is worth taking a closer look to see if it could be a valuable addition to your collection. The Australian 20-cent coin has an interesting history that starts in 1966, when Australia made the switch from the old pound, shillings and pence system to decimal currency. This was a major change for the country and introduced coins in denominations of 1, 2, 5, 10, 20 and 50 cents, as well as the $1 and $2 coins. Later on, the 20-cent coin was designed by Stuart Devlin, an Australian goldsmith and designer who was commissioned to create the coinage for the new decimal system. His choice for the reverse side was the platypus, one of Australia's most unique and iconic animals. The platypus design has become a symbol of Australian coins and is instantly recognizable. The obverse side of the coin features Queen Elizabeth II, and in 1976 the coin carried the second portrait of the Queen, which shows her facing right wearing a tiara. This portrait was designed by Arnold Mackin and was used on Australian coins from 1966 until 1984. The combination of the Queen on one side and the platypus on the other gives the coin a connection to both the monarchy and Australian wildlife. The 1976 coin was minted during a time when Australia was experiencing economic growth and social change. The mid-70s saw inflation starting to rise and the country becoming more industrialized and modernized. Coins from this period reflect the design and metal choices of the time, which included a mix of copper and nickel, giving the coins durability for everyday use. Over the years, the 20-cent coin has remained popular among collectors because of its distinctive design and the history behind its introduction. Some coins from the early years, including 1976, are particularly sought after because they represent the second decade of decimal currency and are still widely available, but can sometimes carry a premium if in excellent condition. Collectors also value coins like the 1976 20-cent because they can tell a story about everyday life in Australia at the time, from shopping to wages to inflation and even the political climate. Coins are small but tangible pieces of history, and the 20-cent coin is no exception. In modern times the coin is still in circulation, but many 1976 coins have been preserved by collectors and coin enthusiasts looking to maintain a piece of Australian history. The platypus remains a favorite design, and the 20-cent coin continues to be a symbol of the transition